Welcome to Lawsymptoms. My name is Ravit Singh and I'm a student of the Gujarat National Law University, Gandhinagar. I currently am in the third year and interning under Lawsymptoms. The topic that we are going to discuss today is the legality of accessing the dark web in India, the challenges and the road ahead. But before that, let us try to understand what the World Wide Web, or the Internet as we know it, actually is. The Internet actually is a worldwide electronics communications network that connects computer networks across the globe. It was initially created as an open access method of sharing information across platforms. However, over the years, it has been encroached by government law enforcement agencies and tech giants that conduct their business on it. This has led to an increasing suspicion or skepticism among users regarding the safety of their online privacy and regarding their online privacy and safety of the user data. This has led to the emergence of the dark web. Now, the World Wide Web is essentially of two types. The first one is known as the surface web. This can be easily accessed and traced. However, the second type of World Wide Web is known as the deep web. This constitutes essentially 96% of the World Wide Web, and it is made up of web pages that are password or paywall protected. Now, the dark web is just a very, very small part of it. The dark web, or the unseen or secret web as some people like to call it, can only be accessed by using a software browser like Tor or the Onion router. What the Onion router actually does is that it provides users with an anonymizing and encrypting feature so that they can purposefully hide or conceal their browsing habits, locations, and true identities. The dark web, owing to these features, has become hub to a host of illegal activities like human trafficking, drug peddling, weapons trading, terror networking, amongst others. Besides this, it's also used by law enforcement agencies who often frequent it in a bid to monitor the activities of such terror network or to track the activities of suspicious element. The dark web was first created in the 1980s when physical data boxes were used for the storage of illegal tax data, and from that it has evolved into what it is today. Now, coming to the question of the legality of accessing the dark web in India, it needs to be said that there is nothing that prohibits us from accessing it here in our country. The thing is that the dark web is just like any other part of the World Wide Web, and there is nothing inherently illegal about accessing it. The activities on the dark web that are considered illegal would continue to be so even if they were on the surface web, because they are illegal by their very nature and not just because of their presence on the dark web. So, in India, there are no written rules that prohibit people from accessing the dark web. A part of it is also because it's very hard to actually track individuals who use the dark web and to which country they belong. Besides, there's the question of law enforcement agencies using it for surveillance purposes. Coming to the challenges that lie before the government regarding the regulation of the dark web is that the Kerala High Court had declared in the Fahima Shireen versus State of Kerala case that the right to access to the internet is actually a fundamental right. So the government cannot just arbitrarily curb this right of citizens. They have an inherent right to use the internet, and it should continue to remain so. Secondly, creating a policy for the regulation, rather the effective regulation of the dark web, shall require a thorough understanding of the pros and cons of an open hidden internet with anonymous users. Also, some of the biggest challenges that lie before the government are that there is nothing inherently criminal about using the dark web, or for that matter Tor, to access it. And it's also very hard to distinguish actual criminals from innocent people who are just surfing the internet because of the anonymous nature of the dark web. Then there's also the inherent international nature of the internet that poses a huge problem to national governments. This is because it is essential to devise a method to regulate the internet on a country to country basis without destroying the benefits that it brings to the international community. To conclude, it can be said that law enforcement organizations sort of need to adopt a nuanced approach to safeguard the rights of citizens as well as to prevent illegal activities from taking place on the dark web. And by offering solutions like new encrypting tools and strong collaboration between public and private entities, it can address the new and rising technological difficulties that the dark web presents. In this context, it will be useful to organize multilateral exchanges through forums and cooperative capacity building activities, and they certainly will prove very important when it comes to the matter of international cooperation. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video and would like to watch more such content on law, please do subscribe to Lawsymptoms.